end for the wide receiver. Rob Gronkowski telling TMZ, quote, he'll be back. But be back where? And does Gronk know something that we don't? As soon as the retirement was announced, obviously Twitter went to the place, not just about the Hall of Fame debate, but also thinking that Tampa Bay would be his next stop. So Gronk thinks he's going to be back. I don't know. We'll see if that's necessarily the case.
We shall see. Yeah, keep spinning the web. Thank you so much, Mr. Selva. It's time for some Whiteboard Wednesday. Yep. Talking to Julian Edelman. We'll keep it going here. Great segue, as always, Will. The immediate Hall of Fame discussion. It doesn't happen for every player when they decide to retire, when they walk away, when the game decides to retire them, and all of that. So who is that player, guys, currently, that if they hung it up right now, it would instantly, boom, launch into a big-time Hall of Fame debate, Triggs?
I'm going to give you a name that maybe isn't Hall of Famer right away, but then when you look at the accomplishments and what he's done, it might spark one. I'm going to go with LaShawn McCoy, the running back, currently free agent, played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, where he won his second Super Bowl title. Now you can say, he didn't do anything. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Back to back.
He's got 2 Super Bowl rings back to back, one with the Chiefs, one with the Buccaneers. And let's look at LaShawn McCoy's career numbers and how they stack up against some other running back greats. Look right above him, John Riggins, Hall of Famer. Corey Dillon did not make the Hall of Fame, but O.J. Simpson did, Hall of Fame. LaShawn McCoy's right there on the cusp. He's got more than Warwick Dunn, more than Ricky Waters. If you talk about running backs, they don't get rushing yards this generation like they did in years past. He's not getting 40 carries in a game. I think there would be a debate. Now, everyone loves the Hall of Fame debate. Is he in or is he out? I'm going to put the name out there, LaShawn McCoy, Hall of Famer. If he retired right now, he could have some support in the room.
Yeah, in 5 years, maybe 10 years from now, when you look back at his career, you're not going to think back to how much he had an impact on those Super Bowl teams. You're going to just say to yourself, oh, he had over 11,000 yards
2 rings.
and 2 rings. Yeah. That's it. There's your argument.
You should bring Corey Dillon with him.
That's it. Hey.
For me, I'm going with Frank 16K Gore. Yeah, third all time. And I get it. There's some people that may say, well, was Frank Gore hands down the best running back in football when he played? Is Frank Gore compiling stats at the end of his career? I don't care how you answer those questions. What I do know is he's third all time. So we're talking right after Emmett. We're talking right before Barry. I believe he just passed Barry this past season. And then he landed at number 3. So if you're looking at great running backs, you're going to have to put him on the list just for the simple fact that he cracked the top 3. So I'm going with yes. If he retired right now,
16K,
which I think he's going to play another 7 years.
Yeah.
But if he retired right now, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
I can't wait to see if there's any media members who will put their hand up and say, no, I don't think Frank Gore is a Hall of Famer. I bet there will not be, except for maybe one at this table. Somebody's got to say a quarterback. I'll say Russell Wilson right now. Now, he is on the trajectory. There's a gasp, yes. Of course he's on this trajectory. But if he stopped now, right now, doesn't play another game at 32 years old, does Russell Wilson walk into the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. We know he's never gotten an MVP vote, and here's the problem. Breeze and Brady are going to go right in. Roethlisberger goes in before Russ. Eli has 2 Super Bowl rings and is 9th in the passing list. Matt Ryan is an MVP and is 8th all-time on the passing list, and an NFC champion, and Aaron Rodgers hasn't even retired yet. Of course, Russ will get there if he keeps doing what he's doing, but to embrace the hypothetical of Russ being like, I am done, absolutely not. A lot of guys have won 1 Super Bowl. Very few guys have blown one with the worst throw of all time, too. Russ, I don't think he's just true. Someone has to say anything in Russ is anything other than the best player ever. I love you, Russ, but there's other players.
A Hall of Fame purist.
Yes.
You never change, Kyle.
Also
at GMFB. We are just 15 days, that's pretty cool, 15 days away from the 2021 NFL Draft. I'd like to know the prospect you think has been most disrespected in the pre-draft process. Who's that guy, Triggs?
Okay, the pendulum on this draft thing is amazing, and we see it happen every year, and yet we're never ready for it when it does, where it's like, this guy's one of the favored players, then he's one of they tear him down, then we build him up. I think now disrespected is Mac Jones. At every show, every person, everyone on TV says Justin Fields is such a better quarterback than him. I think it's gone all the way around, where Mac Jones is now the one who's being disrespected. Do you guys know who led the entire country in passing yards last year?
I bet it was Mac Jones.
It was Mac Jones. Mac Jones threw for 4,500 passing yards, won a national title, was better than every one of these other quarterbacks last year on the field. So, I mean, is he a stiff? The way we're talking about it, you know, you'd think Justin Fields is Joe Montana and Mac Jones is just a nobody. I think there's an argument to be made that Mac Jones deserves at least some credit for what he's done and how good he is. I'm going to say Mac Jones, the pendulum has swung. It's gone from all the love to now he's the guy that everyone's dismissing.
Yeah, I'll keep this Justin Fields conversation going. We've been talking about him the first couple of segments, so why not in the third? I'm going with Justin J-Rock Fields. They used to call him J-Rock because he was just so swole when he was younger. But I just feel like he's overanalyzed. At this point, you know, we were talking about Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields for so long. And then if you just look back at his resume, not just in college, not just in high school, but ever since he was young, this dude was lighting up quarterback competitions. His dad would take him to certain camps, and he'd walk away with the trophy, with the belt.
Yeah.
And yet, we're still questioning whether he's going to be legit in the league. I feel like Justin Fields, wherever he lands, wherever he goes, he's going to shock people, and he's going to play his rookie year. He's not going to be one of those guys sitting behind a vet.
Okay. I work hard on this one. I'm going to go with Mac Jones' teammate, Devontae Smith. He's too skinny. Look, this is a real
Slender Man.
They put those motion capture things on him. This is his actual body. And guess what this is here next to him?
The Heisman.
That's the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
When's the last time a wide receiver won this? I think it might have been Desmond Howard. Is that true, Peter? I think it might. And it ended up a Super Bowl MVP.
Do you call Charles Woodson a Heisman receiver?
No, I call Charles Woodson a demigod.
Yeah.
He's too skinny. He can't take the punishment. Did you watch Stephon Diggs last year? He's one of the best players in the league. It's classic draft season over-analysis, breaking down bubble butts and all that type of stuff. Just break down the damn tape, and you see this guy winning a Heisman Trophy at wide receiver in 2021 when they will bend over backwards to give it to a quarterback.
Your Heisman looks like Sasquatch.
It does a little bit. And we're talking urban myths today on the show.
We are. Great
Freud.
segue. By the way, do you think Quinn Miners is disrespected?
Absolutely. Wisconsin
We're going to bang
Whitewater.
the table for Quinn Miners.
Yes.
He's joining our show. If you don't know who he is, please pay attention. One of our favorite personalities and characters, and an excellent player that you need to keep your eyes on in this NFL draft. Okay, 88 years ago today, Jack McKay. What?
I'm talking to our producers.
Okay. Jack McKay and his wife. Who's Jack McKay? They're the two who spotted the Loch Ness Monster while driving in Scotland. We dug deep for this last one. It's the urban legend or myth that you believe in the most is what? Cannot wait. Just going to sit back and enjoy.
Are you guys a fan of the Final Destination movies?
Yes, of course.
What, Kerr Smith? Isn't it Devin Sawa tearing that thing up?
You believe
Dreamy
in him?
Devin Sawa.
Some of these things, you know, and one of them was when I was a kid, always going to the mall, walking around the mall. If you had your shoes untied and went on an escalator, you will die. You're done. Like if you don't tie your shoes for the escalator, it will suck you up and it will spit you out. You'll just go boom.
You're walking into traffic.
I don't know if that's an urban myth. I don't know if but like I still will never get on an escalator without tying those shoes. Double knotted sometimes. I don't want to die from escalator. I don't want to die on an escalator.
Local news reporter, like, kids sucked into elevator coming up at the
Didn't tie his
escalator.
shoes. Like an idiot.
For me, listen, don't be
No comment on that, Nate? Just
yeah, I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with that. Don't be this kid at the slumber party. Everything's going fine. It's getting late, and all of a sudden, you want to go in the bathroom
I'm so glad you did this.
Yell Bloody Mary and Candyman. I'm straight. I'm like,
don't do it.
Chris, why do you want to be that kid at the party? You just ruined it. No, we're not doing it. I'm not getting abducted by Candyman with all his bees in his hook.
If you do that in the mirror, Tony Todd will show up and gut you
solid.
like a fish.
I'm a grown man.
Don't
I'm not doing it.
do it.
Don't be Virginia Madsen right now.
What about, haven't you
do a lot
done it?
worse.
Haven't you done it?
Done? Oh,
Like-
no, hell no.
Oh, I
Hell
have.
no.
And then when nothing happens, you're just, like, isn't it over? I don't understand how this thing has maintained itself. for
Can't
that
do
long.
it. If you do it, you're dead. You will.
Have they redone and ruined Candyman yet? I feel like every movie is redone.
Jordan Peele's doing it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is he?
Maybe it'll be all right.
I hate to blow the ending for everybody, too. Sorry. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Sorry. I do this once a year. It's a public service announcement. I will believe this until my last day on this earth.
Oh, yeah?
The 3 Men and a Baby ghost, as the story goes, in the 3 Men and a Baby movie with Danson, Selleck, and friend of the show, Steve Guttenberg, there appears to be an apparition in the background. There's just a random stock photo of Ted Danson. There appears to be an apparition. The story goes there was a child who fell out of the apartment in this high-rise in New York and died. Now, Tom Selleck has gone on talk shows and been like, listen to me. It was a set that they built on a soundstage. There's no kid falling out of a window. It's not even a real building. I don't care. I still believe it. Don't tell me it's a cardboard cutout. People always tweet, it's the dance. I see a ghost right there, and I will believe it. I'd rather go and say Bloody Mary 10 times than look at that ghost one time. I'm scared of him. I will never not believe it. Leonard Nimoy directed that movie, by the way. That's not right.
Once a year, but thank you for the fun fact on the directing. Okay, yesterday we talked about a toaster Trevor Lawrence received as a wedding gift. Today we've got a new game, and it's all about the toaster. How does Bama running back Najee Harris relate? We'll break it all down. It's all connected. Don't